Have you ever felt like your life is exactly the same on the outside, but completely different on the inside? The same house, the same routine, the same job, yet you are no longer the same person. One moment you feel an unexplainable, profound peace. The next, a sudden wave of restlessness sweeps over you. You look at the crowd around you and feel completely detached. Yet in total solitude, you find your deepest comfort. You constantly ask yourself, is this just mental fatigue? Am I burning out? Or is something much deeper shifting within me? Enlightened spiritual masters have taught for centuries that when the divine chooses a soul for a higher purpose, the transformation always begins from within. It doesn't start with a loud thunderbolt from the sky. There are no dramatic, loud miracles. Instead, a quiet, invisible alchemy begins in the depths of your consciousness, altering your thoughts, reshaping your energy, and steering your life toward a completely new destiny. But here is the challenge. Most people completely misinterpret these sacred shifts. They mistake them for anxiety, loneliness, or emotional weakness. They ignore the whispers of the soul. But the truth is entirely different. The universe is preparing you. You are being upgraded for a bigger responsibility, a grander purpose, and a profound spiritual calling. Today, we are exploring the 12 divine signs that reveal you have been chosen by a higher power. And the very first sign is so profound, it will completely change how you look at your struggles. Sign 1. The coexistence of peace and restlessness. When a higher power begins to mold a chosen soul, the first thing it introduces is an inner paradox, a simultaneous birth of deep peace and intense restlessness. Think about it. Things that used to bring you joy just a few months ago no longer interest you. Superficial conversations that you could engage in for hours now drain your battery in minutes. Even among old acquaintances, you find yourself feeling like an outsider. This happens because your soul is waking up. And as your consciousness shifts, it naturally rejects anything that compromises its vibration. Your old habits, conditioned fears, and artificial attachments are losing their grip. Because these traits lived within you for decades, their departure leaves a temporary void. That void is what you feel as restlessness. But on the flip side, you are getting a glimpse of your true nature. You suddenly realize life isn't just about survival, bills, and material consumption. There is a grander design. And that realization brings an unshakable inner peace. Sign 2. Unusual shifts in your body and energy. The second divine sign manifests where you least expect it, in your physical body and your energy levels. Many people mistake this phase for a physical ailment. In reality, your physical vessel is adapting to a higher frequency. Have you noticed days where you do absolutely nothing, yet you feel completely exhausted? Your body feels heavy, as if it's processing an immense weight. But then, the very next day, you wake up with a surge of vibrant energy, working for hours without a single hint of fatigue. Your sleep cycles are unpredictable, and your appetite keeps shifting. We are not just flesh and bones. We are dynamic centers of energy and consciousness. When your consciousness expands, your physical body must recalibrate to hold that light. You will notice you can no longer tolerate negative environments. Toxic spaces, deceit, and drama will physically make you feel uncomfortable. You are pulling away from the noise to protect your sanctuary. Sign 3. The comfort of sacred solitude. The third sign is subtle, elegant, and often misunderstood by modern society as depression or social withdrawal. You begin to crave and love your own company. Where you once feared being alone, you now seek it as a luxury. You want to sit with your thoughts. You want to unplug from the endless digital noise of the world. When a higher power wants to elevate your life, it deliberately thins out the crowd around you. In a crowd, your mind is scattered by 1,000 different opinions and vibrations. In solitude, you finally hear the one voice that matters, your inner voice. Sign 4. The softening and purification of the heart. The fourth sign is perhaps the most beautiful, the sudden expansion of deep empathy and compassion. Your heart becomes tender. Lately, you might find that small things move you deeply. A stranger's struggle, a moving piece of music, or a poignant memory. Your emotional depth is breaking wide open. The world often labels sensitivity as a weakness, but in the realm of the divine, a soft heart is the ultimate superpower. An armored heart can never act as a vessel for higher light. You will notice your anger dissolving. Your need to win every argument or prove yourself right simply vanishes. You replace judgment with a quiet understanding that everyone is fighting a hard, invisible battle. You begin to forgive, not because what they did was right, but because you refuse to carry the toxic weight of resentment in your clean heart. Sign 5. Sudden disruptions and tower moments. The fifth divine sign is the one that terrifies most people. Sudden, chaotic disruptions where things seem to fall apart. Plans fail, certain relationships abruptly end, or a career path unexpectedly closes. It feels like a string of bad luck. But if you look closely through a spiritual lens, you'll realize it is not destruction. It is divine realignment. Think of a master gardener pruning the dead branches of a tree. To the tree, the blade feels like a threat. But to the gardener, it is the only way to ensure explosive, healthy new growth. The universe removes people, environments, and comforts from your life because they cannot go where you are being called next. Comfort zones are the greatest enemies of evolution. When you are chosen, the divine will push you out of the nest so you can finally discover your wings. Sign 6. An uncanny, heightened intuition. The sixth sign is the awakening of your internal navigation system, your intuition. You just know things before they happen. You meet someone, and despite their charming words, a quiet alarm goes off in your gut, warning you of their true intentions. Your first instinct is almost always proven right. This is the language of your soul, cleared of psychological clutter. The divine has activated an inner compass within you so that you no longer need to depend solely on the erratic advice of the world. You are being guided step by step. If you are experiencing these profound shifts, the paradox of peace, the clearing of your social circles, the breakdown of old structures, and a sudden thirst for deeper truths, know that you are not losing your mind. You are finding your soul. If you've made it this far, it's not by accident. Your soul is recognizing a deeper truth. If this message is speaking to you, take a quick moment to drop a like and subscribe to our channel. Join our community of scaling minds and let us know in the comments which of these signs you are living through right now. Let's head into the final, most profound alignments. Sign 7. Natural detachment from negative energy. As your soul ascends to a higher frequency, the seventh divine sign manifests as a natural, effortless detachment from negative energy and dramatic environments. This isn't a forced decision, it's an energetic shift. Suddenly you can no longer tolerate superficial drama, deceit, or malicious gossip. Where you once might have stayed to argue or fit in, you now choose to quietly walk away. You notice your circle naturally getting smaller. People who thrive on complaints and negativity start fading out of your life. When you interact with someone, you aren't just exchanging words, you are exchanging vibrations. The divine is making your energy highly sensitive, acting like an internal shield that protects your peace from being drained. You begin prioritizing quality over quantity in your relationships, realizing that your peace is an invaluable asset. Sign 8. The appearance of synchronicities. The 8th sign is deeply mystical. The universe begins speaking to you through meaningful coincidences and synchronicities. You glance at your phone, and it's exactly 11:11. You repeatedly cross paths with specific sequences of numbers like 222, 333, or 444 on license plates, receipts, or documents. You find yourself facing a difficult life choice, and suddenly, the exact answer appears in a random article, a line in a book, or a phrase spoken by a complete stranger. The divine always communicates. It's just that most minds are too noisy to listen. When you are chosen, your inner static clears up. These synchronicities are cosmic coordinates, gentle reminders from a higher power whispering, "You are not alone. You are on the right track. Trust the journey." Sign 9. An insatiable thirst for deeper truths. The 9th sign alters the very direction of your intellect. A sudden, intense pull towards spiritual wisdom and life's deepest questions. Material success, money, and social status, while still necessary, lose their power to fully satisfy your core. An existential curiosity takes over. You find yourself asking, "Who am I beyond this body? What is my true purpose here? What is the ultimate truth of existence?" You find yourself naturally drawn to meditation, philosophy, and the timeless teachings of enlightened guides. When someone speaks about universal truth, their words vibrate inside your chest. Your soul is actively searching for its true source. You begin to understand that true wealth is not what you hold in your hands, but how rich you are within. Sign 10. The effortless shedding of old habits. When the divine remodels your life, the 10th sign hits your daily routines. Old destructive habits and attachments begin to fall away effortlessly. Habits or vices that you struggled to break for years suddenly lose their grip on you. Your mind naturally craves discipline, clarity, and order. Your speech becomes more deliberate, and your choices become cleaner. This isn't an exhausting battle of willpower, it's a shift in identity. As your consciousness rises, lower vibrational desires simply cannot survive in your ecosystem, just like darkness cannot exist when the light is turned on. The universe upgrades your internal understanding so thoroughly that you willingly drop what no longer serves your highest good. You look back at who you were a few years ago and realize you are an entirely different person. Sign 11. An unshakable armor of faith. The 11th sign gives you a power that the world cannot comprehend, an unshakable inner conviction, and a profound sense of divine protection. In the past, minor setbacks would throw you into a panic. Now, even when a massive storm hits your life, a quiet voice deep inside your soul says, "This too shall pass. Everything is working out for the highest good." You develop a radical resilience. You look back at your darkest moments, the times you thought you wouldn't survive, and you realize a hidden hand pulled you out every single time. This experience builds an invisible armor around you. Your prayers become less about asking for favors and more about a constant, silent connection with the divine. You walk into the unknown not because you lack fear, but because your faith is infinitely larger than your fear. Sign 12. Clarity of your true mission. Finally, we arrive at the 12th and most powerful sign, the ultimate destination of all your transformations. Your true purpose on this earth slowly becomes crystal clear. You realize your life wasn't designed just to pay bills, collect material possessions, and disappear. You feel a profound sense of responsibility toward the world. The fog lifts and you recognize your unique calling, whether it is to heal, to teach, to inspire, to build, or simply to be a pillar of light for those around you. Every scar you carry, every betrayal you endured, every moment of painful solitude suddenly makes perfect sense. They weren't punishments, they were your training ground. The divine broke you down only to rebuild you into a beacon of light for others. Being chosen by the divine is a magnificent gift, but fulfilling that calling is an active choice you must make every single day through your actions, your kindness, and your integrity. If you recognize these signs within yourself, do not fear the changes. You are undergoing a sacred transformation. Thank you for embarking on this spiritual journey with us today. If this message resonated with your soul, please leave a like, subscribe to become a part of our community, and share your journey in the comments below. May the divine bless your path, clear your shadows, and lead you to the grand purpose you were born to achieve. Until next time, stay aligned and stay blessed.